This is the last day of class Neuro-economics at the Erasmus School of Economics. My student had to do a very difficult class, so we learned a lot, new things. And now I'm going to listen to what they have absorbed from this class. So I'm very excited and look forward to listening to them. Thanks. Good luck.
Good afternoon. The topic discussed by our team researches neurophysiological mechanisms of imitation and how imitation can be emphasized through mirroring and mimicking another human. So our team objectives were to find neuroscientific sources of empathy which can be applied to human behavior.
So what are mirror neurons? Those are special neurons that sort of react not only to the action but also to observing the action. There are two types of mirror neurons, strictly congruent and broadly congruent. Strictly congruent neurons are those that react just to a specific action, for example, grasping an apple. Broadly congruent neurons are those neurons who react to all kinds of actions, anyhow logically related to the main action. For example, if we're talking about grasping an apple, broadly congruent neurons could also, for example, react to grasping and moving apple, grasping and squeezing apple, grasping and eating apple, whatever. The main thought here is broadly congruent neurons make the majority of neurons, and they allow for sort of a flexibility that is crucial for human interaction. Most of the mirror neurons are based in frontal cortex, in prefrontal cortex, and that area overlaps with the so-called Broca's region, and that is the brain region that is responsible for language. Out of this, a hypothesis naturally arises that mirror neurons, in the process of evolution, sort of facilitated to the development of language and all the communications. There are three main sort of behavioral patterns that arise from interaction of systems of mirror neurons that could also be called imitation sockets and other brain systems. Like, for example, interaction of imitation circuits with the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex is crucial for imitative learning. As you can also see here, empathy is made possible by interaction of limbic system and, again, imitation circuits and facial emotions expression, but not only expression, but also recognition is provided by imitation circuits, limbic system, and insular, all three together.
Is empathy an existing thing? So we've taken an experiment. We asked people to conduct a questionnaire. They had to choose whether the smile that they see is a true or fake. So these are our results. We had 30 respondents, and the average, well, kind of guessing rate was 14. Well, we cannot say is that true that they really guess it, or they feel it, or they know. But these are our results. We found a difference in women and men. It tends to be more difficult to understand whether men shows a true smile or not. And it's a bit more difficult to understand whether it's really true, because we maybe try to think that their people were lying. Anyways, we had gathered enough data to state that 70% of people can differentiate between fake smiles and real smiles. And this is already something, but we believe, according to neuroeconomics, we believe that it is not only because we calculate, it's also because of the empathy and mirror neurons. So the question is, how can we use that afterwards?
Yeah, that's what I'll try to answer. So how can empathy and mirror neurons be beneficial for a real manager? Let's start. Imagine if the mirror neurons were at the manager's will. If this automatic and pervasive mechanism of mirroring was controllable. Imagine, just say that a manager who could really find the difference between the fake and the genuine smile, the one as the experiment that we conducted. The true leader would be the one who made the real synapses between the neuroscience and the management. So empathy is the solution. The solutions to successful meetings is empathy. You got to make the others feel what you want, and you got to feel them, to really feel them. So, after all, it's all in our neuroneurons. It's in our genes. We are being like that, like Matt said, the apes were used to, there were neuroneurons in the apes. So, we are all like that. It's in us. We got to take advantage of it. Yeah, what's got to be accomplished? As you can all see, it's just to make the unconscious, this procedure, to make it conscious, to try to make it real. We got to take advantage of this that the Mother Nature gave to us and make it conscious and pursue it. That will make us the true leader. Thank you for your attention.